get you some. Oh, yeah. Mate, it's lucky she can cook. Wow!
G'day lovelies, welcome back. Today we are doing the iconic old school cream horns. So Jill, this one's for you, mate. I finally found some moulds that I really like. I got them from Temu, T-E-M-U. They were $12.95 for a pack of 21. So it was 10 cream horn tins and 10 cannoli tins with a cream horn tin brush to clean them. And I like them that much, I've just ordered another 2 sets so I don't have to keep washing and making. Now, I haven't done anything with the cannoli ones yet, that's for another day. So when it comes to these tins, when you get them, they're really tightly closed. I'll see if I can get one where it was. So I got them like this, they're really, really small. And I made some with it and they were just terrible, like the hole was just too small. So what I did is I grabbed them, they've got a seam down them, and I've pulled them open, okay? But then I've let them just overlap each other. I'll stretch it out to see. So it's just overlapping, okay? That way, once we've wrapped them around and they've cooked, we get a tea towel on this end, and if we can see where the seam is, we can actually squeeze it together a little bit and loosen the cones off of them. Now in doing this, it also made the holes nice and big, so now they come out awesome size. Now the other thing I worked out while making them is they're an absolute pig to clean. So the next time around what I did is I just put enough water, hot water in the sink to cover them and a lot of dishwashing liquid. And when we got them out and I undone them, I just threw them straight in the sink. And if you leave them there for 10 minutes to soak, it just comes off really easy. So the first thing we want to do is preheat our ovens at 200 degrees Celsius. We want to get out a baking tray with some baking paper. Now we want our puff pastry sheets. Depending on how many you want to do, I still recommend just get one out at a time. So the easiest way to get your puff pastry out is you get yourself a nice big knife. And what we want to do is we want to find wherever the plastic's hanging over, whatever end that is, just so we can see. So we want to get our knife just in between the plastics. Okay, and once you've got it in there and you can feel it, you want to slide your knife through and over it all. That way you'll be able to just pull it out really easy. Once our first sheet has thawed, if it's dry on the ends here, just take that tiniest little bit off because that will not work when we're rolling them. Now we want to slice strips 1.5 centimeters wide. So take your time, the neater we do it and the more even we get them, the prettier our horns will look. Gently in my hand, face the point away from you, wrap until we get the seam. Just overlapping and gently pushing on it while not stretching our pastry, and slowly going upwards. Push down a little bit on the edge. Next one. Loosely in my hand, join the seam, gently press on it and keep going. Slowly going upwards, gently pressing them together, not stretching our pastry. When we get to the end, just pull it down a little bit, gently press it in, and we want that down on our tray. sheet of puff made 8. I like to lay them on the tray that way with the big piece of cone hanging outwards. And it's definitely up to temperature now, so I'm going to bang them in there. Alright, 19 minutes later in my plain electric oven. And we have our first lot of cream horns ready to go. And keep on going. So I find the seam, both sides, squeeze it in, twist gently in the sink. While the next lot are in the oven, I'm going to grab 300 ml of cream, 1/4 cup of icing sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence or extract. I'm going to beat it with the electric beater until it's nice and thick, cover it up and stick it in the fridge till we need it. They're all done, they're all cooled down now. The second batch made 9. I'm going to keep one aside to feel the old school way, and the rest of them, I'm just going to go a little bit Aussie girl on them. I have a little saucepan with a heat-proof bowl that sits in there. I've boiled my kettle. I'm going to put water in it. You don't want it touching the bowl. We're going to pretend that that top deck is dark cooking chocolate. Now we wouldn't need much to do this, but I have got some strawberries that I want to dip in chocolate as well while I'm here. Alright, so I'm just going to break up some of my dark cooking chocolate. Okay, once it's melted, for the strawberries, I'm just going to stick a skewer in the end. Not heaps far, but just enough to know that it will stay on there. Now, in case my hand's in the way when I do it, you basically put it just above the paper, finger either side, and push it off and let it drop onto the paper. I'll just explain that. It's really hard with the camera right there. Alright, and just push it off and let it drop onto the paper. The more you let drip off, the less the big piece underneath is going to be of chocolate. Alright, and just slide it off. Now with my horns, just make sure you're in here. With my horns, I'm just going to get them and I'm going to dip around the edge. Dip it in nice and good. Alright, let excess go off. And then I'm going to start turning it. And if you just sit there and turn it for a minute, pop the hole. And if you keep turning it like this just for a minute, it stops it from dripping. And if you do it for a little bit, you actually get it to set enough. And sit it down. And do the next one. Alright, I've got the first lot done. I'm going to bang them in the fridge to set. So now I'm going to go again with white chocolate. Okay, white chocolate's melted. Dip it in. Start twisting. I'm going to do a couple of strawberries in the white as well. Now, if you haven't guessed, footy's on today. Once I've done the ones I want in white, I have now got some food dye gel. It is teal, and I got this from Big W. Now I'm just going to get the smallest amount. Alright, that one's an old dye. I've had it for a while. It dyes my hands great, but I've just added a bit more again. Okay, I'm going to dip my last lot in this one. And of course I'm going to do a few strawberries. Once they're done, we can now stick them in the fridge until they set. Alright, the first lot is set. We've got our whipped cream. Alright, I don't have any piping bags as usual, so I'm going to use a big mug, and I've got a sandwich bag. Do you want to open it up? You want to stick your finger into a corner, put the corner into it, fold it over. Alright, and then fist it out like so. In goes our cream. Now you can put about 3/4 in, and then you'll have to put the rest in once it gets low. Just open it back up. It's a little messy, but you get that. Alright, close it up and twist. Alright, as you twist, bring it out. So we've got our corner we're using here. Alright, so I will just hold it like that with holding the twist, but if you've got those things that clip on the end, you can also do that. Now we want to, now with a pair of scissors, we want to cut off the end, so the more you cut off, the bigger the hole. Alright, I happened to find a clip, who knew? Okay, now for the original ones, we would grab them, hold them so the base is at the bottom. It's strawberry jam. Get some on your knife, and we want to scrape it in there along the bottom. I should do like 2 of them. Okay, like so. Then we would pipe our cream in, like so. Then we'd get some icing sugar in a little strainer is the best way to do it, and we tap it over it. And boom, there is our original cream horns. Oh mate, they are so amazing. Basically, picture eating a matchstick, easy. So strawberry jam, fresh cream. So back in the day, Nana would make them with a homemade puff pastry, her homemade jam, and a homemade cream, and you couldn't beat them. Now for our chocolate ones, I'm going to be using raspberry jam down the middle. Scrape it along the bottom part. Once they've got their jam in them, fill them up with cream. You would dust the icing sugar on. I just try to miss the chocolate. So the white ones I'm going to slide apricot jam into, and the teal ones I'm going to slide some Nutella into. Okay, we've now got our jam and Nutella in them. Now we want to fill them up with cream. Alright, 300 ml of cream was plenty, and there's probably enough cream there to do at least another 10. Once we've done that, we do the icing sugar. Plate them up, just in time for the footy. Well, there you have it, lovelies, an Aussie perler. Cream horns, give them a crack. Your family's going to absolutely love them. They're easy to make, they look awesome, they taste Moorish. Why wouldn't you? Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great arvo, and I'll see you soon. Toodles.